Nobody ever warned you that one chance encounter could shatter everything you've built, did they? Ever been so stunned that a single moment left you questioning the very essence of respect and legacy? Get ready, because this story will force you to face that raw truth. On a crisp autumn evening in a city where towering skyscrapers stand shoulder to shoulder with opulent architecture, a luxury hotel exudes sophistication and power. Inside its marble halls and softly lit corridors, every detail whispers of perfection, precision, and unyielding pride. Yet amidst this world of refinement, an event is about to unfold that will upend expectations in the most dramatic way. At the center of this unfolding drama is Clint Eastwood, an icon whose very name is synonymous with toughness and unwavering resolve. For decades, Eastwood has carried himself with a stoic air, his persona molded by roles that demanded respect and grit. Tonight, however, he finds himself stepping into a realm where his legendary image is challenged by an unforeseen twist of fate. As Eastwood strides into the hotel, every eye is drawn to his commanding presence. But it isn't the glimmer of admiration that awaits him. Instead, a single interaction at the reception desk is poised to ignite a spark that will send shockwaves through this pristine world. The receptionist, a young professional known for her polished demeanor and impeccable service, commits a lapse in judgment that defies the very decorum of this elite establishment. Her offhand remark, sharp and unexpected, cuts directly at Eastwood's pride, leaving him momentarily stunned. Have you ever experienced a moment when pride meets reality so forcefully that everything you've known seems to crumble? Can a single careless word force even a legend to confront the fragility hidden beneath his hardened exterior? This is the beginning of a story that unravels the delicate dance between ego and vulnerability. Imagine walking into a hotel lobby where every surface gleams with polished marble, and the air is perfumed with a subtle mix of expensive cologne and fresh linen. The reception area, adorned with crystal chandeliers and artful decor, projects an aura of perfection. Yet beneath this facade of luxury lies an undercurrent of human imperfection waiting to be revealed. Eastwood steps into this environment with the confidence of someone who has long commanded respect. His presence fills the room like a force of nature, every step measured and deliberate. But as he approaches the reception desk, he's met not with the reverence he's accustomed to, but with a curt, dismissive attitude. The receptionist, clearly under pressure from a string of demanding guests and long working hours, inadvertently lets slip a comment that stings like a lash. Her words, though brief, are loaded with disdain, a momentary spark that sets off an unexpected chain reaction. Picture this: the soft hum of classical music in the background, the gentle rustle of neatly pressed uniforms, and the subdued chatter of well-heeled guests, all contrasting sharply with the sudden burst of tension that fills the air. The receptionist's remark, delivered with a fleeting sense of arrogance, shatters the delicate balance of decorum. In that split second, Eastwood's eyes narrow, and the room seems to hold its breath waiting for the fallout. Have you ever felt that surge of adrenaline when your dignity is challenged? How do you react when a moment of disrespect forces you to question everything you thought defined you? This moment marks the beginning of a profound journey, one that will explore the collision of legacy, pride, and the unexpected consequences of a single careless word. For Clint Eastwood, the burden of his reputation is both a shield and a chain. Over decades of public life, he has cultivated an image of unbreakable stoicism, a man who never falters in the face of criticism. Yet tonight, the receptionist's insult is a crack in that carefully maintained armor. The comment, though seemingly trivial to an outsider, pierces through the layers of pride and reverence that Eastwood has built around himself. In that moment, the weight of expectation and the sting of disrespect converge, leaving him grappling with emotions he rarely shows. Meanwhile, the receptionist is left to confront the consequences of her words. Initially, she dismisses the incident as a minor lapse, a fleeting moment of frustration in an otherwise orderly world. However, as whispers ripple through the lobby and the incident begins to take on a life of its own, she finds herself overwhelmed by a deep, gnawing regret. The realization that her words have not only tarnished a legend's image but also exposed the raw vulnerability behind it leaves her questioning everything. Did I really let my frustration get the better of me? She wonders, the answer echoing in the silent corridors of her conscience. This clash between Eastwood's hardened persona and the receptionist's unexpected outburst is not just an isolated incident. It is a microcosm of the larger struggle between the polished veneer of success and the messy reality of human emotion. On one side, we see a man who has long been defined by his resilience and unwavering pride, now confronted with a moment that forces him to question whether that image is truly unassailable. On the other, we witness a young professional whose dedication to perfection is marred by the human impulse to rebel against relentless pressure. Have you ever felt the sting of a single word that cuts deeper than any criticism? When pride meets regret, can the resulting collision spark a transformation that changes everything? This is the crux of our story, the moment when two very different worlds collide, and the ensuing conflict forces both individuals to confront truths they've long tried to ignore. As the incident reverberates through the luxury hotel, the immediate fallout creates an environment charged with tension and introspection. Eastwood, ever the icon, retreats into a private space where the stark silence allows his thoughts to echo freely. In the solitude of his private suite, he revisits the incident over and over in his mind. All my life I've maintained an image of invincibility, he reflects quietly. But tonight, that image was shattered by a careless word. His internal monologue is a torrent of conflicting emotions, anger, hurt, and a reluctant spark of understanding that perhaps there is more to life than an unyielding facade. Across the lobby, the receptionist finds herself summoned by the hotel manager, a man known for his balanced judgment and fair treatment. In a private conversation, the manager explains that the receptionist's behavior, though inexcusable, stemmed from a buildup of stress and a sense of being undervalued. "We all have moments when the pressure becomes too much," the manager remarks softly, "but it's in those moments that we must remember that every word we speak carries weight." The receptionist's face pales as she listens. For the first time that evening, she is forced to reckon with the true impact of her words. "I never meant to hurt anyone," she whispers, her voice trembling with regret. I lost control." Their internal struggles mirror the external chaos that now permeates the hotel. Guests in the lobby exchange uneasy glances, while staff members hurry to maintain order amidst the whispers of scandal. In this charged atmosphere, every sound, a dropped utensil, a soft sigh, a distant murmur, seems amplified, as if the very walls are bearing witness to the unfolding drama. At this juncture, we must ask, what does it mean to be truly vulnerable? Have you ever wondered if the moments that force you to confront your own imperfections might also be the catalyst for growth? Eastwood's internal battle and the receptionist's dawning remorse are not isolated incidents. They are reflections of the universal struggle between maintaining a facade of perfection and embracing the messy, imperfect truth of our humanity. Through a series of reflective exchanges and subtle gestures, the tension slowly gives way to an unspoken dialogue, a dance between anger and understanding, between pride and regret. Eastwood's steely gaze softens as he begins to see that perhaps the insult, as painful as it was, has opened a door to self-reflection. Maybe it's not about holding on to pride at all costs, he muses, his voice a quiet admission of vulnerability. Perhaps there's strength in acknowledging our flaws. Can you recall a time when a moment of pain forced you to reevaluate everything you believed about yourself? What if the very experience that left you wounded was also the key to unlocking a deeper, more authentic version of you? This internal transformation is the beating heart of our story, a revelation that even the mightiest among us are not immune to the call for change. As tensions reach their peak, a dramatic turning point emerges in an unexpected quiet corner of the hotel. Clint Eastwood, still simmering with raw emotion, is approached by the hotel's seasoned manager, a figure known for his fairness and unwavering commitment to restoring order. The manager, with a calm authority, explains that the receptionist's outburst was not a calculated act of disrespect, but a momentary lapse driven by an accumulation of stress and unrecognized frustration. "We all have moments when the pressure overwhelms us," he says gently, "and sometimes those moments reveal more about our humanity than any display of controlled strength ever could." In that charged moment, the atmosphere shifts perceptibly. Eastwood, long the epitome of stoic strength, allows himself to be vulnerable. In a voice that trembles with both anger and reluctant acceptance, he confesses, I've prided myself on being unbreakable. But tonight I felt a sting that cut deeper than I ever expected. His admission is raw, a window into a soul that has always been more complex than the public image suggests. Simultaneously, the receptionist is brought into a private meeting with the manager. There, with tears glistening in her eyes, she offers a heartfelt apology. "I'm sorry," she says softly, her voice breaking with sincerity. "I let my frustration get the best of me, and I didn't think of the consequences." Her words, laden with remorse, break through the hardened exterior of formality that had long defined her. It is in this moment of mutual vulnerability that the collision of pride and regret begins to transform into an opportunity for reconciliation. Imagine standing on the edge of a precipice, every expectation and every past hurt threatening to pull you back, only to feel the liberating rush of forgiveness and understanding. This is that moment, when Eastwood's guarded pride and the receptionist's remorseful apology converge into a shared realization that every action, no matter how fleeting, carries the power to reshape destinies. Have you ever experienced a moment so profound that it forced you to let go of your defenses and embrace your true self? When the walls of ego crumble under the weight of genuine apology and understanding, a spark of transformation ignites. This is that spark, a moment where the boundaries between respect and regret dissolve, leaving behind the promise of a new beginning. As the night gives way to the soft hues of early dawn, the once tense atmosphere of the luxury hotel begins to soften. The incident, which had threatened to mar the pristine image of this elegant establishment, now serves as a catalyst for profound personal reflection and growth. Clint Eastwood, whose reputation as an unyielding icon had been momentarily shaken, emerges from his private reflection with a newfound resolve. He looks out at the awakening city, his eyes reflecting both the scars of past pride and the promise of a future defined by authenticity. The hotel manager, having navigated the crisis with a steady hand, reassures both staff and guests that the incident will be addressed with fairness and care. His measured words serve as a reminder that even in a world of luxury and high expectations, human emotions run deep, and that it is through understanding and empathy that true respect is earned. For the receptionist, this night marks the beginning of a journey towards self-forgiveness and growth. The regret that once weighed heavily on her heart gradually gives way to a quiet determination to learn from her mistakes. She realizes that every word spoken in haste can ripple outward, affecting lives in ways she had never imagined. With a deep sense of remorse and the resolve to do better, she begins to rebuild her sense of self, one grounded in humility and respect. Reflect for a moment. What if the setbacks you face are not signs of failure, but opportunities to redefine who you are? Every misstep, every harsh word, can be transformed into a stepping stone toward personal growth. In the quiet aftermath of that turbulent encounter, a powerful lesson emerges, a lesson that speaks to the heart of what it means to be human. True legacy is not measured by the accolades we inherit or the pride we maintain, but by our ability to evolve, to learn from our mistakes, and to forge a path that is uniquely our own. Eastwood's journey, marked by the willingness to confront his vulnerabilities, becomes a metaphor for the universal struggle between maintaining a rigid image and embracing the imperfections that make us truly human. The receptionist's path toward redemption mirrors that struggle, underscoring the idea that every person, no matter their circumstances, has the capacity to grow beyond their past. In the delicate balance between pride and humility, between anger and forgiveness, the seeds of transformation are sown. Have you ever wondered if the moment of your greatest pain could be the turning point toward your greatest triumph? What if every scar and every regret is not a mark of weakness, but a testament to your resilience and capacity for change? This is the core message of our story, a call to break free from the confines of outdated expectations and to embrace a future built on authenticity and understanding. At its essence, this story is a meditation on the human spirit, a reminder that our true legacy is not defined by the roles imposed upon us or the pride we cling to, but by our willingness to embrace change, to learn from our shortcomings, and to forge a path toward genuine self-discovery. The confrontation between Clint Eastwood and the receptionist is more than an isolated incident. It is a mirror reflecting the universal struggle between maintaining a flawless facade and acknowledging our deepest vulnerabilities. In a world that often demands perfection and invulnerability, This story challenges us to see that our imperfections are not flaws to be hidden, but strengths that can lead to profound transformation. Every slight, every moment of regret is an invitation to reflect, to grow, and to redefine our own identities. The scars we bear are not symbols of defeat, but emblems of the battles we have fought and won within ourselves. Ask yourself, what is the true cost of pride, and what is the price of forgiveness? The journey toward self-realization is paved with both failures and moments of redemption. It compels us to confront the limitations of our past and to dare to imagine a future where we define our own legacy. This is the ultimate lesson, that our capacity to change, to forgive, and to evolve is what truly sets us free. Have you ever felt that irresistible pull to break free from the chains of expectation, to cast aside the burdens of what others expect, and instead to step boldly into the light of your own truth? This story invites you to embrace that possibility, to transform every misstep into a stepping stone toward a more authentic, fulfilling life. In the quiet after the storm, as the first light of dawn breaks over the city and the luxury hotel awakens to a new day, the echoes of that fateful encounter linger in the hearts of all who witnessed it. Clint Eastwood, once the embodiment of unyielding pride, now stands as a symbol of transformation, a man who has learned that true strength is born not from never falling, but from rising each time with humility and courage. The receptionist, too, embarks on her journey of redemption, determined to let this moment guide her toward a future of empathy and genuine respect. Their story is a powerful reminder that every act of defiance, every moment of vulnerability, has the potential to spark profound change. It challenges us to question the roles we have been assigned and to dare to rewrite our own destinies. In the interplay between pride and regret, between expectation and redemption, lies the blueprint for a life defined by authenticity and resilience. Have you ever experienced a moment so raw and transformative that it reshaped your understanding of who you are? Are you ready to break free from the confines of your past and step into a future where your true self reigns supreme? Let this story be your call to action, a reminder that every setback is merely the prelude to a remarkable comeback. If you're ready to break free from your past and redefine your legacy, subscribe now.